Hi, this is Chuck Oliver with this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, Labor Day and the definition of labor. So I want to wish everybody a happy Labor Day weekend. Labor Day defined as a holiday held in honor of working people. Well, folks, I think we can see the writing on the wall and the clarity of a distinct difference between the makers, those of us that are workers, and the takers, those that have nothing better to do with their time, obviously, than to cause chaos. And labor, by definition, is physical or mental work, especially of hard or fatiguing kind. Well, I know a lot of you have reached out and feeling rather fatigued, as well as obviously working hard to try to figure out what do you do to protect yourself with the craziness, right? At the end of this week, the market was going berserk, right? And obviously taxes are a big concern. Many of you have reached out about what to do with a Biden upset and what to do about your Roth conversions or how to protect yourself from higher taxes, how much you should convert this year. And so people are feeling a little overwhelmed. We've talked to many boomers and retirees from across this country. Here's the reality, folks. If you want to not labor as much over the concerns about how to remove uncertainty around your retirement, I think there's two things that you can do. Number one is really make sure that you have market correction or crash protection, right? Making sure that you don't have all of your retirement savings in something that could just take a massive hit, because many of you have shared, look, Chuck, I'm not going to get another chance to do this. I really like what you talk about, having upside without the concern of the downside, because this market's going to get very choppy as we head closer and closer to this infamous, ugliest election likely in history date coming around the corner. Second thing is, don't wait till after the election to learn what you should be doing to protect money from corrections and crashes, but also from taxes. Right? This idea that somehow taxes are going to be okay if Trump gets elected, folks, they're only going to be okay because the Tax Cut and Jobs Act is only here through the end of 2025. And Trump, as good of a negotiator as he is not going to negotiate a third term. So it may not seem like, right, 4 years is not enough time, or it may seem like it's enough time. It's not a whole lot of time. A lot of this untaxing people's not yet taxed money is more ideally done over, say, a 5 to 7, sometimes as much as a 10-year period, of course, depending on what the tax rates are, which would be very different under Biden. I can assure you, regardless of what you're hearing, what people are technically saying, taxes are heading up, and they're going to be heading up in a big way under Biden. Protect your money in 2020 before the election. Learn how to have upside without downside. I'll teach this coming Tuesday. So we'll be coming off the Labor Day holiday. We know that one particular spouse tends to be more of the focused on the finance spouse. But if you have a significant other or a spouse, please both attend my retirement protection webinar. Go to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. We've been given great feedback. People are like, wow, I didn't know that there's for those that qualify, 100% tax deduction still available under Trump that you can use to pay for all your Roth conversion tax, right? I didn't know that there was an alternative to a Roth that allows you to have only upside, not downside, and doesn't limit what you can put in, doesn't have required distributions. There's no inheritance tax, or how to actually use the market in a unique engineering structure where you only have the upside without the downside, but you're not paying all these fees, especially if you're in these traditional brokerage accounts. They're throwing off an enormous amount of what we call phantom income, where you can actually learn how to have 80% plus efficiency of tax efficiency just in your brokerage accounts. I'll teach all of that this coming Tuesday at retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com. Folks, let's get to work. You've worked hard for your money. If you remember one thing, remember this. The time to protect your money is before the election in 2020. Retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.